So some people need help and they need social assistance. All of that should be about incentivizing the dad staying around, not the dad leaving.
But something that like I've seen and just reading things from like Candace Owens and seeing how like welfare has like really like destroyed like the family unit. I see that, you know.
The FSU chapter of the NAACP released a statement saying that this event was hateful, inspiring violence to Black, LGBTQ, and marginalized students on campus. How do you feel about this comment?
今回はフロリダ州立大学のイベントでのチャーリーカークの討論を2本立てでご紹介します。1つ目は間違った福祉政策で起こっている問題。2つ目は全米有色人種地位向上協会のチャーリー批判。これらの話題で何を話すのか、今回もチャーリーの返答に注目です。それでは早速見ていきましょう。翻訳世界の視点から。
How are you? What a beautiful kid that is.
Thank you
What a gift
so
from God.
much.
Yeah.
She truly is. She is the biggest blessing. Hi, I'm Andrea. It's so lovely to meet you. I'm really grateful that you came out to our campus. Something that kind of has me like on the fence of whether or not I go kind of like full blown more like conservative or moderate is just seeing how
Give it up. That is a gift from the Lord, everybody. That is just beautiful.
Say thank you. But something that like I've seen and just reading things from like Candace Owens and seeing how like welfare has like really like destroyed like the family unit. I see that, you know, we're starting to save a lot of money from things such as like Doge and what they're doing to minimize government. But do you think that some of that money should go back to maybe like reforming the way that welfare is done to help poor families who do want to kind of pursue that American dream? So maybe such as programs like Healthy Start, or there's like a fatherhood program here in Tallahassee me and my family have benefited from to just, you know, promote the family unit.
I think, great question. The number one objective of any social welfare program should be how do we keep the family together and put dads back in the family.
Yes.
That is the number one priority. We don't have to overthink it. Every number gets better for every community if dads are around. Every number gets worse when dads are not around. Unfortunately, in the Black community, dads are the most absent of any community. About 2/3 of all Black youth will be raised without a stable father around. And I know, it's crazy, right? And that little precious angel of yours deserves to have a father around. And, you know, for daughters and for sons, it's different things. For a daughter, that's a father figure to look up to say that is how a man should act, and someone that I ought to one day marry, someone that will protect me from a vicious world, and someone that makes me understand what strength and not brutality looks like, what justice but not revenge looks like. To have a father figure is a silent way of forming a child to be a mature citizen. And unfortunately, as we've removed dads from families, government has come in and has taken the place. So some people need help and they need social assistance. All of that should be about incentivizing the dad staying around, not the dad leaving. Unfortunately, with welfare, you can get more money for single mother assistance.
This is very true.
And so right, you agree. We're actually subsidizing single motherhood more than we are subsidizing family formation. And so I'm glad to hear about the fatherhood initiative. And if I may speak to the men out there, you are a coward and a petulant child if you impregnate a woman and abandon her. You have a moral obligation to stay with the women of your choosing, hopefully in the confines of marriage. This idea that men can just abandon women and, you know, leave the consequences without any responsibility has been a catastrophe for our country. So that's my answer, and I'll say this. The Democrat Party does not talk about dads at all. The Republican Party, we are talking about how men need to be men again, in the home, take responsibility, provide for your family, and with strong families comes smaller government and a better country.
Hello, thank you, Charlie, for being here today. We're with an independent FSU news organization, so just want to appreciate the fact that you guys have spent the time to be here. My question is in regards to the FSU chapter of the NAACP released a statement saying that this event was hateful, inspiring violence to Black, LGBTQ, and marginalized students on campus. How do you feel about this comment?
I mean, lies don't bother me, so... But yeah, I mean, did you follow up and ask them what their evidence was?
Yes, they're quoting in particular an event that you went to December 2023, America Fest. You were talking about Martin Luther King.
I hosted it, actually.
Okay, perfect. You were talking about Martin Luther King Jr. and said that he has a troubled past and that the Civil Rights Act of the 1960s was a, quote, horrible mistake on the part of the U.S. government. Can you talk about that a little more?
Yeah, sure, but did they tell you why that makes them unsafe?
Yes, their opinion is that, and again, speaking on behalf of them, is that if you host this rhetoric speaking negatively against the Civil Rights Act that is ending segregation, that there may be actions taken because of that belief that you have.
Right, but I'm going to explain that, but did you ask them that, wait, so different opinions make people feel unsafe at FSU?
They believe
that's
that
their
it has a greater movement behind it, yes.
Right, so did you ask them, like, are you a child? Are you, like, an adult? And that's an insane thing to say. So a guy comes on campus and has a different worldview, and it makes people feel unsafe.
I guess to them, yes.
Okay, I mean, they're the ones you should be going to ask the question of. Let me be very clear. The world is a really dangerous place where lots of people have different ideas, and just because someone comes and has a voluntary event and has different perspectives should make you feel unsafe. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so we agree. As far as what I said, yes, I mean, Martin Luther King, happy to go into it, very troubled past, you know, well-known rapist, all that sort of stuff, right? However, on the other side, the Civil Rights Act, I've done this so many times, happy to do it again, went ending segregation good, going so as far to create a permanent affirmative action, basically diversity, equity, inclusion, Leviathan within the Department of Justice that is now being used to put men in female locker rooms and men in female sports, of which the Civil Rights Act is a far overextension above its original intent. I point everyone to a book called Age of Entitlement. That's the best book that I'll reference on that. And let me just add one final thing. Do you know of one instance where the NAACP has spoken out against the lack of fathers in black homes in Tallahassee?
I can't speak on anything.
So that's interesting. So the NAACP will make this huge thing saying Charlie Kirk is dangerous and unsafe, and yet they won't go to the black community, hey, we need more dads. Let me, newsflash, dads not being around in black communities is a much bigger threat to the livelihood of black America than Charlie Kirk coming to Florida State University for 3 hours. So maybe the NAACP should stop trying to keep on ginning up this mythology of racism in the country and go after some of the core issues of what's been driving this country and black America towards worse and worse socioeconomic results. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
最初の黒人ママとのやりとりは、現在の問題をリベラルが助長したことを如実に物語っている結果でしたね。必要以上の過度な福祉によってどれだけの家庭が壊れてしまったのか、なんだか日本の戸籍法破壊に通じる何かを感じてしまいますね。一人親になると生活が楽になるなら、父親の努力や価値というものは相対的に低くなり、一家が離散してしまうのは当たり前です。その結果、シングルマザーだらけになってしまっているという社会問題とどう向き合うのかが米国の今後の課題でしょう。次に2人目の独立ニュース組織員の方の質問は、結局チャーリーが差別主義的な発言をしていなかったということが浮き彫りになった結果となりました。過度な優遇を認めないなら差別、ファシストという左派特有のレトリックはもう通用しない時代に突入したと感じます。逆にそれを使う側が過激派として警戒される世の中になりつつありますね。皆さん、今回の動画はいかがでしたか？ぜひコメントであなたの意見を聞かせてください。いいねとチャンネル登録もよろしくお願いします。